Caitlin Clark ended up getting the All-Star captain vote. Shout out to her, man. I already felt like she was going to get it. But I know the fan base was trying to get Aaliyah Boston to be the other captain. Unfortunately, it is Napheesa Collier.
Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier were named WNBA All-Star captains for this year's WNBA All-Star game. And if you guys remember, we talked about it in previous videos.
Which she deserves it. And I felt like she was going to be the other captain. It would have been funny to see Caitlin and Boston picking teams against each other. But yeah, so now you have Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier. They will be picking teams, I believe.
2 team captains that are hand selected by fan votes. And then those 2 team captains get to hand select their teams. Now, this hand selection process will be broadcast live on television.
Caitlin Clark just rewrote WNBA history. Nearly 1.3 million All-Star votes. But here's the twist. How did one player manage to break records and captivate fans like no one before her? And what does this say about where the league is headed? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Imagine this. Caitlin Clark just smashed her way into the WNBA record books with nearly 1.3 million All-Star votes. To put that into perspective, last year's top vote getter, A'ja Wilson, had just under 96,000 votes. Clark didn't just break the record, she completely shattered it. Her vote total is larger than the top 30 players combined from last year. That's not just a milestone. It's a whole new standard for how fans engage with the league. Right next to her is Napheesa Collier, whose 1.17 million votes make her one of the most respected and unstoppable forces in the game today. Together, these 2 don't just represent the All-Star game, they represent the future of the WNBA. Let's talk numbers.
If I'm not mistaken. And then maybe next weekend they will pick the reserves. So yeah, be looking out for that. And of course, I'll keep y'all up to date anyway. Yeah, man, this is going to be dope, man. This is going to be dope.
Feel like the players in the NBA, their egos are a little bit too big for the captain pick style of All-Star. So Adam Silver nixed that, but the WNBA is doing it this year. I feel like it is going to get so messy, so dramatic, but I love it. I'm honestly...
Now that this question is answered, I want to see who else made this roster, man. Oh my goodness. I really don't know, man. I really don't know. There's so many players that I feel deserves to be in the All-Star.
Almost more excited for the captains to pick their teams than I even am to see the game. Well, I'm excited for both, but you guys know what I mean. It's going to be juicy. It's going to be dramatic. But like I mentioned, the captains were chosen
because stats don't lie. Clark is putting up 18.2 points per game and averaging a whopping 8.9 assists, a career high and enough to tie for the league lead in assists. What's wild is she's doing this while her team struggles to catch a rhythm. It's almost like she's lifting the weight of every game on her shoulders, finding her teammates with jaw-dropping passes while still managing to get buckets herself. Then there's Napheesa Collier, leading the league with 24.5 points per game and pulling down 8.4 rebounds. Her scoring and rebounding have been relentless, and it's no wonder the Lynx are sitting pretty at 13-2, the best record in the league. Clark's impact doesn't stop at the stats. Her popularity has skyrocketed WNBA viewership, with some of her games pulling in over 2 million viewers. That's more than a basketball player, it's a movement. She even acknowledged the buzz, saying, "It seems like it's going to certainly set some sort of a record. It just shows how much engagement we're driving across the league." Meanwhile, Collier is equally crucial. Her performances don't just win games, they dominate the conversation around who's the best in the league right now.
So I know some of them are going to come up short. I just want to see which ones come up short, man, so we can actually have a full discussion on what it looked like. But yeah, man, Caitlin Clark getting the captain
via fan vote. And Caitlin Clark received 1.29 million All-Star votes this year. And for reference, you guys, the top 30 vote getters for the 2023 All-Star game received 1.17 million All-Star votes combined.
It's already blowing up on Twitter. Let's see what some people are saying, man. Who is the other captain? Napheesa Collier. I hope she picks Aaliyah first. I think she's going to pick Aaliyah first. Aaliyah deserves it. I think she's gonna pick her first.
The year right before Caitlin Clark came into the league. And I also saw this tweet, which really stood out to me. Big Bank said 2 years ago, A'ja Wilson had the most All-Star votes with 95,860.
And now, these two leaders are set to face off as captain. Their opposing playing styles, Clark's finesse and playmaking versus Collier's power and consistency, promise nothing less than fireworks for the All-Star game. Who's ready? Because this matchup just turned the spotlight up another level. What happens when the WNBA's biggest star and its most dominant player are tasked with building the All-Star game rosters? Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier aren't just players. They're leaders who bring completely different approaches to the table. Clark's flashy playmaking style thrives on creativity and precision, while Collier's grit and physical dominance set the tone both offensively and defensively. Now, as captains, they'll shape how this game plays out. And trust me, fans are already buzzing about every decision they'll make. For Clark, the pressure is on in every sense. Social media is ready to dissect her every pick, especially since her choices are already being hyped as potential trendsetters. Think of what her team could look like. A group stacked with sharp shooters spread across the floor, waiting to turn her no-look passes into highlight reels. Imagine her teaming up with pass-first guards who keep up with her vision, or versatile scorers who unleash chaos alongside her. On the other side, Collier will likely take a more calculated approach. She's built for domination.
They were just having a discussion on the what is it called? Countdown, WNBA Countdown, and they were saying A'ja Wilson should be picked first, but they know for a fact that Caitlin is going to pick Aaliyah Boston.
This year, Caitlin had 1,002,900. Can I read numbers? This year, Caitlin had 1,293,256 votes, and Napheesa Collier was second.
We'll see, though. We'll see. I think she should, though. Let's go. Getting the claps. No, I wanted CC and AB as captain as I want Fee and her to team up. Oh, okay, I see. I know that's right.
176,020 votes. Hate Caitlin all y'all want. She changed this league for the better. And that is just such a testament of how many new fans there are, how many new eyeballs there are.
And might look to assemble a squad loaded with defensive-minded players, teammates who can crash the boards and grind opponents down in the paint. It's brains versus brawn, speed versus strength. On the court, the matchups could be something straight out of a basketball fantasy. Picture Clark grabbing the ball, pushing the tempo, and hitting a streaking dry cutter for an alley-oop. Now imagine Collier pulling down a tough rebound on the other end, muscling through defenders for a putback. The strategies they bring as captains will tell us not just about their basketball IQs, but how they see the future of the game. This All-Star game isn't just a showcase for talent. It could reshape fan engagement and highlight the WNBA's brightest stars on a massive stage. July 19th isn't just a date anymore. It's a promise for fireworks, competition, and maybe even history in the making. The WNBA is evolving, and Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier are the faces of that change. Clark isn't just breaking voting records, she's redefining what fan engagement looks like, bringing millions of eyes to the league. Collier, meanwhile, is dominating the court, showcasing the kind of consistency and leadership that makes her team unstoppable. Together, they're setting a new pace for the future of women's basketball. So, who do you think they'll draft? Drop your predictions in the comments. This All-Star game isn't just a matchup. It's proof the WNBA is entering its most exciting era yet. You don't want to miss it.